Okay, we'll be analyzing this month specifically, at this month here, and these are the highest grossing American movies because those are the only ones that have come out so far this year. So it's really the top 10 movies that have so far have come out, and they don't really track these small releases sadly for this as well. So we'll be going over the February releases. So first movie is Birds of Prey. What do I think how that movie will do? I think Birds of Prey will do terrible at the box office compared to all the DC movies. It's funny how every woke movie, the projecting this movie still make like $50 million. But sadly, I think I see that being a possibility because what is its competition? This movie really has no competition. Okay, I think it could open worse than expected because we had weekends of new movies come out. Okay, all we have to do is go to the numbers, the numbers, and go to the weekend box office and go to the weekend. Men in Black International came out, which was supposed to be the big movie of the week. Okay, big movie of the week. Okay, and week, week, the big movie of the week as well. So Men in Black International came out basically. It was no, it was on the 14th. Men in Black International came out, and there was no competition. There was Pets too, but those were for kids. It's big competition with Rocket Man and Dark Phoenix. Okay, that's still mad at the bomb at the box office. Okay, it's still mad at the bomb at the box office. Another example is Tony Dark Fate. Okay, if we go past the other woke movies, Dark Fate is another example. It was a woke movie. Okay, and there will have these two people on Twitter say, "Oh, well, Dark Fate wasn't that woke." Okay, Dark Fate was a masterpiece. Okay, previous talk because they'll have the weekend shots. Yeah, but Tony Dark Fate, despite despite having opposition, no new movies competing with it, and no new movies for last week, it's still opened to on par with expectations. And Birds of Prey, they're expecting this movie. They're expecting Birds of Prey to make this so much money. Okay, they're expecting, because it has DC's logo on it, and it's gonna make money. Okay, this is the only time where I say the DC bias is not there. Okay, the DC anti-DC bias is not there because I think this movie really, really won't do well at the box office. Okay, if you look at the box office pros numbers, okay, for Birds of Prey is tracking between 40 to 30, 60 million. I think that's like Saturday things to over tracking this movie. I think it'll open to $35 million. But it's not gonna gross that much. It's still gonna gross 50 million, okay? And these are the projection sales for, and these were some older numbers here. Well, and the bounty in the comics is right. There is that basically Birds of Prey has a very, very big chance of not doing well. They don't have I'm tracking for Mulan. I don't see that now. And Birds of Prey is just not really gonna do that well. We have Birds of we have Yeah, we have a more easier one here. And Birds of Prey has stayed exactly the same though, but still projecting this movie to still be the lowest grossing DC EU movie. And here we have Mulan, we're either expecting this to gross 40 60 million. It has Disney's logo on it. It has the Disney logo on it. Okay, I'll go over that movie next month, but as well. So, and here's Birds of Prey. It's still the same. It's still the same. And then we have Soggy Hedgehog. So the next we're going over the next week is Fantasy Island Photograph and Soggy Hedgehog. Okay, Fantasy Island Photograph will probably gross around 10 to 15 million. I don't think they're gonna be major hits, but here we go. Sonic the Hedgehog, a movie that they have been saying for the longest time. It's gonna be a box office failure. Okay, even if it does open with the lowest of the lows. Okay, it will still end up with $118 million. I think it will open over $50 million. You might be crazy, but Let's compare it to Detective Pikachu, the highest opening for a video game movie. Okay, Detective Pikachu is the best comparable comp. Detective Pikachu was Pokemon, and Sonic is different. But Sonic has a massive worldwide appeal. But the only problem Sonic had to deal with is Sonic was probably down because of the coronavirus, which will probably not help Sonic's sales. And also, Pikachu didn't have really good ratings because of the mass influx of blockbusters that came out. Sonic doesn't really have much competition until Onward. So you can really say for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, Sonic literally has no competition. Okay, Doolittle will be dead by then. Okay, Doolittle will be dead. Star Wars will be dead. Okay, all the other movies are R-rated movies. If you look at the box office now, all the new movies are R-rated movies. All the highest grossing movies, the top movies are R-rated movies. Okay, Bad Boys for Life is an I think it's PG for I don't know if it's PG-14 now. No, more adult movies. Okay, the top 10 more adult movies. The only movies that younger audiences can enjoy is Doolittle, which is at free, Jumanji, and Star Wars. Okay, if we get to the war and to $1 million, we have Frozen 2 and Spies in Disguise. But those movies will be dead. Will be out by the time Sonic comes out. Okay, Star Wars will be dead by then. Jumanji will be gone. Will be nearly gone. Doolittle will drop greatly because it'll actually have some competition. Okay, which Doolittle is another movie with live action characters with CGI animals. Okay, and Sonic, unlike Doolittle, is beloved by more. Sonic is more famous than Doolittle as well. Okay, Sonic is more famous. Okay, you know, and I think that the projections they have here, the box office opening that they're projecting 40 to 50 million, I think is true. I think Sonic could open over 50 million. I don't think it would have. I think there was a chance. There's a world where it won't open with 40 million, but I think it will open 40 to 50 million dollars, which it will beat Birds of Prey. That's what I know for sure. It will beat Birds of Prey at the box office. Okay, it will beat Birds of Prey at the domestic box office. And the next movies is The Call of the Wild. Oh yes, The Call of the Wild. Okay, the problem with Call of the Wild is if they released it a week before Sonic, I think Call of the Wild would have done better, okay? But Call of the Wild will be, it will kind of suffer the same thing that BFZ suffered all the way back in 2016, and Ice Age Collision Course as well, okay? Those movies suffered the same fate, okay? Of course, got bad reviews, but you see that BFZ had to compete with Finding Dory, it had to compete with all these other movies coming out, and the BFZ didn't do too well at the box office, okay? Whether if you like the movie or not, you can admit that the BFZ was a big, massive failure for Disney because they released it so close to the other movies that it couldn't even do well. Okay, couldn't do well at the box office. It came out in 2016. July 1st, 2016. What other movies does it compete with? Finding Dory. Finding Dory was competing with. So Disney was really competing with themselves and killed their own movie. Okay, they killed their own movie, the BFZ, and then we had Pets came out a week later, and the BFZ just didn't do too well because as well. And Ice Age Collision Course came out a few weeks later, hoping to secure a spot on the animation pie. I still think the Ice Age Collision Course is better than Ghostbusters 2016, but Ghostbusters 2016 is garbage. No one likes that movie. But you can see what movies came out around the time: Pets, Ice Age Collision Course, and Finding Dory, and as well. Okay, but you can see here the BFZ fell all the way down to number 4 to number 15. Okay, now we have Call of the Wild. It's a live action animation hybrid movie where you have CGI character and a human character. I don't really consider those movies animated movies. They have to call all Marvel movies animated movies as well. All DCEU movies animated movies. Alita Battle Angel an animated movie. All Star Wars movies and animated movies. No, they're not animated movies. They're live action slash animated movies. Okay. Then we have to call all the Marvel movies animated movies as well. Which you know. And Alita Battle Angel an animated movie because Alita Battle Angel is used by motion capture. Same thing for some of the characters in Marvel as well, like Rocket Raccoon. Okay, but Call of the Wild. Okay, let's think about it. It's competing. It's also gonna be another wash for Disney. And then other movies that are coming out is Brahms the Boy, which I think will probably do really well because horror movies that will probably do pretty okay because problem is I think there's so many horror movies coming out that it's just Fantasy Island's coming out a week before, which is by Blumhouse Productions, but I think Brom, Brahms the Boy too. It's unless that's like unless that's some religious meaning behind it. I actually don't know what that means. If someone can tell me what Brahms really means, okay. But let's go to back to the box office projections, okay. And the reason why people can have make that much money, more money than we were hoping for, is because there was so much competition. That's why that certain movies fail in the summer. Okay, BFZ bombed because there was so much competition, not because the movie was a pile of garbage. That's because there was so many movies released during the weekend. You know, that it's just so low. Okay, the box office weeks was so low. Okay, Bombs the Boy, yeah, it's gonna go 7 to 12 million, but yeah, I don't think Bombs 2 the Boy will make that much. But it'll make similar money to the first one. But Call of the Wild is the big one because Call of the Wild has like $100 million budget or something like that. I don't know the actual budget, but it's just not gonna make that much money. And the problem is they're releasing so many horror movies at once. Like 2020 is like the year of horror movies. Okay, it's other genres of movie Hollywood. Okay, come on. Okay, I know a lot of people's favorite genres are horror movies, but there are other genres that you can really make more of, okay? Next is The Invisible Man. They have a box office tracking for that one. $20 to $40 million opening. It is based off a classic movie, and it will probably do pretty well at the box office either way, okay? I think that will probably be one of the highest openers of the weekend. The media tried to cancel the movie as well, which I think will be grounds to people wanting to go see the movie. Okay, all these people saying, oh, it's gonna be a terrible movie, garbage, 0 out of 10. Okay, you know, you know, so what do I think will be the highest grossing movie of the month? Well, it hurts DC fans. Well, I think DC fans don't really like Birds of Prey anyways. The action scenes are terrible. What I heard from the acting is not that great and subpar like every other woke movie out there. Okay, Birds of Prey won't be taking inspiration from Dark Phoenix. Okay, on how not to make a movie. Okay, or Captain Marvel, which is even worse. Okay, you're taking inspiration from those movies instead of Joker. If both the play was like joking and actually was good, maybe I said, oh yeah, the box office would be like this, okay, or maybe even higher, okay. But they're all going out and say, oh, Birds of Prey could be a woke masterpiece, and of course you have all the critics saying it's a masterpiece, okay, calling it a masterpiece, just like Captain Marvel and Dark Fate, okay, just like those two other movies. But Sonic, I think is gonna be the highest grossing movie of this month. Which the problem is it isn't really saying much because most of the movies I'm not really gonna do that well. Okay, we're not gonna have a major success until I think Time to Die, No Time to Die comes out. I think what's gonna be the No Time to Die is coming out in April. I think we're not gonna have the first massive success until April 10th. So and then the next big success afterwards is Black Widow, and then we have all the big movies coming out as well. I think Scuba's gonna do pretty well. Fast and Furious 9 is gonna do extremely well. SpongeBob the movie SpongeBob one won't do as well. Not, I'm just telling you that. Wonder Woman 1984 do extremely well at the box office. Okay, Top Gun Maverick will do pretty well. I think yes, Minions Rise of Gru will do pretty well. It is a Minions movie, so it'll probably make money. Ghostbusters Afterlife will do pretty well. No, not Bob's Burgers movie. Tenet will do pretty well at the box office, and that there will be a lot. And Bill and Ted Face Music will do pretty well if it's good or not. Okay, Bill and Ted will do pretty well, and the Kingsman will do pretty well. I thought that was delayed. The Conjuring, the Devil May Be Duo probably do pretty well as well. Conjuring universe has been pretty successful. Even the worst movies have done pretty well. Venom 2 will do pretty well, and then there will be a lot of movies come out later this year that will do pretty well. You know, and of course we can't forget Onward. I think oh yeah, Onward's coming out in March, but I don't think Onward's gonna be a breakout success. What people are saying it will be. Onward will gross the typical $40 to $50 million opening, and similar to Sonic or even as grows like $60 to $70 million. I think Onward will probably or end up. Yeah, no, Onward will be the first big success of the year. I actually forgot that movie was coming out because that's how little I care about Disney and Pixar movies. Yeah, you have all these Disney fanboys. I don't think Mulan's gonna be a big success like people are saying make it out to be. You know, I think this is actually a pretty accurate numbers for Mulan remake because I think people are getting sick of these Disney remakes. People are getting sick of them. Okay, people inside don't want to see his movie. Your movie's that bad. If the movie that that the country your movie is based off is complaining that the movie's inaccurate to Chinese eras. Okay, of course the Huns never invaded China. Okay, we all know that was the truth. The Huns never invaded China. And, of course, Disney doesn't want to make, an R-rated movie about actual war because they hate that. They hate R-rated movies. They refuse to make an R-rated movie. I think China, so that after this movie comes out, China say, okay, we're making our own Mulan movie and actually making an R-rated, epic movie. Because I think China, if they made their own Mulan movie, made it actually, by Chinese people, I think it will be much more better than the Disney version. And of course, the Disney version will make more money, but the Chinese version will make much more money in China because it'll actually be historically accurate, actually be accurate to Chinese history. It'll be actually accurate, and Disney doesn't even care. Okay, Disney's a so-called tower company, but they don't want to make they're not like you have the wrong buildings in the wrong Chinese period of time. Okay, and then you have the people in the Mulan. I'm not gonna go over the power. A lot of people in Hong Kong don't want to see Mulan for obvious reasons because they pissed off a lot of people, and and then you have the Mulan building controversy in China. Okay, the Mulan building controversy. Okay, controversy. People in China complaining over the buildings not being the same here. Okay, and they got it had people in China complaining about Mulan. Okay, I'll talk more in depth about this when Mulan's box office comes up. But I don't think this movie's gonna do well in China as Disney thinks it is. Okay, people in China already complained about this movie. They don't want to see this movie. Okay. People in China just do not like this, do not want this movie, okay? Saying it's American style AIDS in China. They're not gonna see this movie, okay? Yeah, so that's basically it. Goodbye.